Hey guys, welcome to Guyver Gaming TV. Today we're going to have a look at Far Cry 4. I know it's been out for a while, I'm a little bit behind on this, but I've just not had the time to play it properly or doing reviews or anything lately. As you can see, it is still a gorgeous looking game. The scenery in this one is beautiful and correct. You may have saw that it has an auto drive now, so if you select a destination, you can press shift while driving, an auto drive, which enables you to shoot out the window and stuff like that. I've used it maybe twice. As you're coming across, there are random camera events. And as you see around here, there's a couple of your guys getting shot at. So I go and take them out with a bow. Now there's a certain satisfaction of using the bow, because when you hit the guy you get that boom, you know, that thud. And then you can go over and see exactly where you hit them. So I actually quite like using the bow. I think I've actually killed more enemies with the bow than anything else. So the newer Far Cry game, it's not much different from the last one, to be perfectly honest. It's just set in a different area. Obviously the terrain's going to be different. You have a wingsuit in this one, which I don't have any footage of. But you can wingsuit down and then parachute when you get near the bottom. There is a radio station in the vehicles when you get in, which is actually quite funny when you listen to it sometimes. There's a little random karma event that you can get here, which will allow you to buy different things. You still have a repair tool, but it's not one of your weapons this time. So these little karma events will give you karma, which will allow you to, you know, get discount from weapons. There's a thing where you can get the troops to help you take over certain things, and they'll come and fight with you and things like that, so you'll get discounts from that or be able to get more of them. It's all quite handy. It's got all the same mechanics in as the last one, so you can create potions, you know, injections for health. You can create them for spotting enemies and animals and stuff like that. You know, the hunting one, all the different sorts of syringes are still in there. But as you're driving around, the map is huge, and I'll show you that later on. But as you drive around, there's loads of little things you can find and pick up. I saw the abandoned car in the middle there, so I was assuming there was troops around here, but there wasn't. They were further down. Still has the amazing physics where if you knock out the driver, the car will just roll and either flip over or, you know, just roll off a cliff. I actually nailed a guy the other day coming at me. Got the driver in the head, and he had two guys in it, and he managed to, it turns past me and he went into a ravine, which was pretty cool. But as you see, I'm wandering around here, and there's a roadblock down here, and it's another karma event where you've got to search the commander of the roadblock or something, the captain, for something. And you see the karma event assassination. So there's loads of little things like that, which is awesome. And I like using a bow because it's silent and it can reach out and touch somebody. There's also explosive arrows in that, which I think I use in a bit as well. Graphics wise, it still is beautiful. There is a problem at the minute though, where it's only running on high. If you try and adjust anything in the graphics options, it crashes the game. I have no clue why at the minute. There was a rhino there, so I was trying to hide my ass. That's the major difference in this game. There's a lot more things in the jungle trying to kill you. There's wolves, there's dogs, there's rhinos, there's elephants, there's eagles, there's snakes. You know, there's a lot more wildlife that will try and rip your head off. I'll just listen to this. I missed him with that one. So there's a certain, I don't know what it is, I just love the sound. It's like, boom, as it hits the guy. Sounds brilliant. Oh, and I fell on my ass there. I nailed the driver and he got out. And then another vehicle comes, which I didn't know was going to come, which was the truck. So I got the old explosive arrows out, Rambo style, which is also really good. If you don't hit the vehicle, you know, you hit the ground, it'll flip the vehicle with the force, which has been quite good. I've done that on a couple of occasions whenever backups accidentally been called and things like that, you know. So flipping the vehicles over is good. So as I say, still has all the great dynamics and physics of the other games, you know, Far Cry 3 and whatnot. I saw a roadblock down here, so we decided to make their day miserable as well. The crafting's slightly different than before. I'm needing some other stuff to craft the higher materials, but even in the water there's things that want to kill you. So some of the crafting's a little bit difficult. And again, you can search other bodies, move other bodies, take the weapons and all that, exactly the same as before. So this one I got, I fixed the truck up, and it's another karma event for supplies. So if you take the lorry to a camp of its designation, that'll put supplies to that camp and it'll give you even more karma. Whereas again, well, I mean, I've been playing this for a good few hours now, and I've hardly touched the actual campaign. I think I'm like 20-30% through the campaign or something, but I've done loads of side missions and just wandering around, blowing up bad guys and capturing camps and taking towers. Yes, the towers are still in there for weaponry. As you see, wildlife will chase other wildlife around. So, you know, the whole hunting thing is there. Now, since the last patch, it hasn't been running as smooth as it has, you know, it did before. And obviously, there's the area that you're trying to change the graphics, and it just blows itself out. So I don't know when they're going to fix that. If they know about it, I posted on the forums today about it. So we'll see if they actually get that sorted. Because running the high looks brilliant, but I had it on ultra before and it looked amazing. My rig can easily handle ultra settings for this game, so I don't know what they've done in the last patch, but they've cocked something up. But if you liked FarCray 3 and the ones before that, then 4 is definitely a really good game for you. It's a bigger map, there's more to do. Yes, it feels a bit like the old one, but still it's different, you know what I mean? It's the same but different. And it's really, really fun. So you see I drive in here thinking that's where you put it because that's where I had it last time. But it's not, it's behind, so I had to back it out. And there you go, that's another event done. So these are the camps that you can capture. You can redo the mission again to get extra XP and bonuses, and XP gets you your unlocks for your skills. And all these bases are pretty different and all dynamic. And some of these bases, there's a little woman that'll give you missions or something. So again, you've got all your customized items there. There's your wingsuits and your guys for hire and things like that. And then you've got your weapons. Now, whenever you refill your ammo, it doesn't do your explosive arrows or not, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. I don't know why it doesn't. It refills your normal arrows, but it won't refill your explosive and fire ones. So selling, you can do the quick sell still, so you don't have to keep going through everything one by one, which is brilliant, because that used to be a pain in the old one. So now you just get rid of all the crap in one go. And you've got a alright, it's decent sidearm, you know, selection of sidearms. There's not many. I've just bought the GP9 there and put an extended clip on a silencer. Now that's the one thing I'm a little depressed on, is there's not much customization you can do to these weapons. I mean, as you see the SVD there, you can't change the scope, silence it or anything. So I had to wait until I'd unlock the M700 to silence it and scope it. And even then you can only put so many add-ons on, you can't put a bigger clip as well on. So the weapon selection in this game is definitely less versatile than in Far Cry 3. But there's still some good weapons in there, like. I suppose they've done that so you can't just sneak around. There seems to be more signature weapons than anything else, which is a bit crappy. because they're stupidly expensive and not amazing, you know. But they're alright, and you only unlock them by doing so many bell towers or things like that. Which I think is a bit silly, because by the time you've unlocked all the bell towers, you've near enough finished the game, you know what I mean? So it will get to the point where there's nothing much left to do bar hunt. Which is, yeah, okay. So we run across things like that. There's your skill tree. Same sort of thing as the last one. You know, but this time it's got like your more syringes and more health and all that lot. And you unlock them via either doing certain missions, like so many trucks return will get unlocked another bit, or so far through the so far through the campaign will unlock more stuff. So you've got the elephant and the tiger there. Obviously one side your health and fixing stuff and mechanics and all that lot, and then the other side will be things like your takedowns, your money, vehicle armor and things like that. So it's not as extensive as the last one, I don't think, and you don't get a cool tattoo every time you extend it either. But it's not bad, and it is fairly handy. Like. So you can see here is your crafting bits, and you can see that you need so many skins for this, so many skins for that. Some of them are a little harder because the rhinos you need to shoot. They don't. I put like 20 arrows in a rhino and it just shrugged it off. And then you've got your progress bar, which tells you how far through everything you are. And then your collections. And then basically tactics is like a instruction thing. And as you can see by the map, it is huge. Obviously the clouded areas where I've not been yet. You've got the towers, but there's loads of camps to take over, loads of towers to take over, loads of big bases. You see the green one there with N, that's another big base to get. It says it's hard, but if you're sneaky about it, it's not too bad. And then there's one that I think it was another camp I was going to go and knock out. So you can sneak up to these camps, and even though you might be, there's a tiger or a lioness with a leopard chasing a deer, whatever they call them. So even though you can be sneaky with some of these bases, you know, some of them are a bit of a pain to shoot, or to get, sorry. There are civilians on the road, so it's not just a willy-nilly shoot fest. So I've got to go out there because I've got to hear the rabid dogs, whatever they are, running around, and they are a pain. They usually run in packs. So a machine gun is definitely a good idea because they bite your leg if they get close to you, and they hurt. So here's one of the cool vehicles of the game, Tuk Tuk. This is actually the first time I've properly driven one. And I think this gets stuck on a bridge. Yeah, I get to this bridge and it flips over because of the little dent there, look. And it just rolls right over. So I see the terrain's pretty varied. You can actually do ambushes on these bridges, which is handy, because there'll be some missions where you've got you know, to stop propaganda convoys and stuff like that. Now I could hear music on this, so I knew there was a mask lying around, so I was looking around for it to see what I could find. Even underwater, you know, you see there's a vehicle that's crashed over there with a box in it. But it's probably them devilfish or whatever they call them under there, and they hurt as well. Now if you kill any animals with the bow, you get double the skin whenever you skin them, because it's really, you know, it's pristine sort of skin whenever you do it. So I like trying to take the animals out with a bow as well. Now the sound was directional, the music, so I was looking for it over here and I could see the sign. And these masks are again the same as before. Give you XP and whatnot, so completionists out there, There's plenty of things to find, pick up, and loot. And the actual good thing in this as well, you'll see Sherpas walking around on these mountain roads and stuff like that. So you can refill your ammo, buy things and sort of things from them guys, which is pretty cool actually. It is handy if you're in the middle of nowhere and there's no bases near you and you don't want to go back. There's usually a Sherpa knocking about somewhere, just on a wander. And there you see how you can craft your stuff these days. I think you hit tab to look into that one. And I accidentally used one. And it shows you what leaves you need, so that's actually a lot easier as well. And there's one that can help you breathe underwater longer and stuff, and gain your survival one. So there are some handy syringes. How many eagles? They're a pain in the ass as well. As I said before, there's a lot more stuff in this that wants to kill you. So it's not just a case of wandering around the wilderness, you know, happy and safe. Now I try and get to the camps from above so that I can see what's in them, or you know, trying to get an vantage point. So it is good having a look around the terrain first, which is what I like about these games. You know, there's multiple ways of doing these. You can just run and gun in, or you can be sneaky, or you can request help from the rebels and things like that. So I do like that part of the game as well. But again, in this one you've got to watch yourself and always keep an ear out, because sometimes you'll hear tigers behind you, or the rabid dogs or something like that. So you've got to keep an eye on what there is. So as you see, the riding the elephant is pretty cool. I haven't used one in combat yet, but you unlock that fairly early on. So you hop on and you can see charge bashing on that lot. I usually just use them to get across the water where I know there's going to be some dodgy fish. But I've seen them things attack and they don't mess around, which is pretty cool. So I'm across the water. Another new feature is grappling. Only do it in certain places, and it's not bad. And you've still got your trusted camera, so you can zoom it in and check what's going on. Now, if you listen carefully, I heard a growl behind me and I turned round. There's a fecking tiger there, so I decided to quietly sneak away, because I didn't want to make a lot of noise in case I alerted them lot. And then there was another one over there and I thought, sod this, I'm getting in the car. So, you know, it's not free run as it used to be in the old one. This one has a lot more stuff that wants to kill you. So I hopped in the old Jeep and I thought, yeah, they've spotted me now. Let's get in the old machine gun and start causing havoc. And again, sound effects are awesome. I'd let the elephant loose down there, so he was getting his revenge as well by whooping everybody. Watching them things flip cars over is pretty awesome. Now, as you see there was something new, which is mortars, and I'll show you them whenever we get in there.
We're coming up the road.
Now, because I knew they were coming, little explosive arrows out and flip the car right over. Brilliant. And then I proceed to try and take out the rest of the guys to capture the camp. So it's the same mechanics as last time. You have to kill everybody to, you know, get the camp. But there's new enemies in this one called hunters, and these guys can blend in and more or less vanish. But they can also take control of animals as well, so you want to wipe out the hunters pretty damn quick if you can. No, I don't see the hunter until near the end here because he's blending in. you see the remnants of what was left of one of the mortar rounds. So I'll go and find this guy and take him out because he's dangerous. They're fun to use, I've used them a few times. So there it was, there it wasn't. Now because that mortar round was going off, another karma event was here. So I nailed him anyways and did the karma thing. Now them guys are always driving around either on quads or in cars or stuff like that, so they're always nifty to get up on. Now there's a guy obviously around here because I haven't completed it yet, which is one of the hunters. So as you know, as I said, you know, they can blend in really well, so they're hard to see. So while I'm wandering around, I think I spot him just over, walking into the view there. So I hunt the hunter. There you go, another base captured. And whenever you capture the towers, it does the same thing as well. It shows you points of interest around it, and you can see just how big the place is when you do the towers. So I had to go over and pick up all my arrows from the dead dudes as well, but you get a load from him anyways because he's a hunter. And the propaganda posters, if you can't reach them, you do have fire arrows, so you can actually burn the posters down as well. We tip for people there, so they're trying to jump up and get them, which can be a pain. You can just burn them down. And again, same as the old game, you know, there's cages with stuff in, and that's the mission thing where you can do it again to try and get a good score and whatnot. Well, yeah, I'll show you the mortars now, which is pretty cool. They have a pretty good distance on them. So I'll take out this tiger just to show you the effect it has. This is pretty devastating. And I think I was going to blow up my own truck that was up here. But you'll see what happens in a second. Luckily some bad guys are driving in at the same time, and they get nailed by the explosions. So the mortars are really effective. I've used them to stop the odd convoy if there's a base nearby that has them. And the fire still spreads like the old ones, but as you see, there's a good range on it. Now these camps can still get attacked while the large bases are still held by the bad guys. As you hear, sometimes in here there are missions to get, which gives you XP and money. I do some, but I don't do them all because sometimes that one's like use a shotgun. I don't have a shotgun, so I can't be bothered with it. And you can still sleep to change the time of day if you want it at night time or whatnot, which is pretty good. And there you go, refill all your ammo, but as you'll see, it doesn't refill the explosive arrows and stuff, so you have to buy them separate. It's a bit of a pain in the hole, but yeah, it's only a little thing. So guys, that is a look at FarCray 4. It's a good game. If you want something completely different, then this isn't. It is a lot like 3, but it is still fun. There's loads and loads of things to do. So just the bug with trying to get the options in that right at the minute is a bit of a pain in the backside. As you'll see here, any of these, it's just set on high, and if I change that, it'll crash the game. If I hit quality settings or advanced settings, it'll crash the game. So I don't know what they've done, but that is a bit of a pain. I pressed it there and it's crashed it. So guys, thanks for watching. Follow all the links as usual, and I shall see you around.